Hello everybody, welcome to another Valheim video. Today we're going to be learning how to change the names and storage sizes of all of the boats. Through this video, you'll learn how you can name the ship's storage and increase the storage. You can actually increase the ship's storage a lot without significant problems. There's even this cool little sliding bar that shows up, which I didn't even know was a thing. It must be some kind of built-in feature to Valheim's UI. That being said, it's not wise to just increase the storage space of the Drakkar. So I'm going to go over how you can tier the increases for the Longship and also for the Karve. To begin, we're going to take a look at the default sizes for each of the ships as you get them in progression in Valheim. You start with the Karve, which is the easiest ship to turn and ideal for rivers. Unfortunately, it only has 4 storage slots, so really you have to be quite careful with what you pick. Next, we have the most all-purpose ship in Valheim as of the moment, the Longship, or the Viking ship, whatever you want to call it. This ship has more health and moves a lot faster with the wind. However, it does turn more slowly. The Longship features significantly more storage than the Karve, approximately 4 times as much storage. So what we're going to do is actually just kind of keep this pattern going. So we can see that we go from 4 to about 18, right? And that's a pretty significant increase. That's 4 times and then plus 2, right? And then from 18, we go to the full inventory space. It's actually less than twice as big. And the argument is that it's one inventory screen, and that's as big as it should be. But as you saw earlier, all you have to do is just change a number, and then it gets its own sliding bar. It's like, I didn't add that sliding bar. It's built into the game. So what we're going to do is use World Edit commands, which is a mod, but it allows you to adjust things with their vanilla value. So when you use it, you make a vanilla output. And we're just going to grab the fields of the Drakkar, and we're going to call it Frakkar. So here we are in the data file itself. We have this Frakkar thing here. And there's all these fields, and don't worry, you don't need to know about most of these. So I'm just going to get rid of everything except what you need to know. We have the container width, the container height, the storage name, the ladder name, the chair name, and the control name. We can adjust all of these fields. And all of these adjustments are completely vanilla compatible. They'll work with almost anything you try. Now, remembering our pattern from earlier, the previous boat had... So what we're going to do is start with the smallest unit, the Karve, and then use that as the placeholder moving forward, and use a multiplier of 4 each step, okay? Now, it's important to understand that one full inventory screen in Valheim is 32 slots. That being said, what I'm going to go for with the beginning Karve is, I'd say 8 slots. Because that way we can go 8 for the Karve, and then 32 for the Longship, giving it 1 full inventory. And then for the Drakkar, which is so much bigger, it needs to hold, like, a whole base pretty much. 4 whole inventory screens. We determined earlier for the Karve that we want 8 inventory slots. But how do we want that to show up? Because we could go like vertically, we could go more square, we could even have them kind of laid out all next to each other. For now, I'm going to lay them all out next to each other just to show you what that looks like. That means we make our width 8 and our height 1. You can pause the game just to get everything to stay still if you need to. That's usually easier. So you go data, load, and then the name that we just used, right? Which was the Karve, right? So Karve fields. Boom. Okay, so we load this up and let's see. All right, so we loaded it up and we can climb onto the increased Karve. We can steer the increased Karve. And then we can see the increased Karve storage, or we can sit in the increased Karve. And if we look at the storage, we see that it has these 8 slots all arranged like this. It looks a little weird to me like this, to be honest. So I'm going to change it from 8x1 to 4x2, save, and then just repeat the process. So now we can look at the storage, and this looks more reasonable. In general, you want to kind of keep everything a little bit more symmetrical if you can. And even if you're bothered by something like this, like you see how the increased Karve storage, it's like tucked up away over here. Well, if you want, you can use some tricks actually, and you can use HTML basically. You can use like whatever it's called. I don't know if this is HTML, but I've just learned to use it in Valheim. You can use these like things in brackets to change the colors and the spacing and everything, right? And then if we just reload, we can see that now the text, instead of being up here, it's actually down here. So this is a prime space to put instructions to mechanics or something that you want to show the player. That being said, let's not lollygag, let's keep going. We've now set up the Karve as the unit, so all we need to do now is just 4 times each situation for the Longship and then for the Drakkar. So we have our car fields, and I'm actually just going to copy this. And instead of rewriting stuff, what I'm going to do is actually just copy these and then just replace the names here. We already determined that the Longship needs to be 1 full inventory screen, which is 8 by 4. That's the biggest you can go without overstepping the bounds or using a scroll bar. However, because we're now doing this, we don't want to use these line breaks anymore because the text will actually show up behind the box if we do that. And I'm just going to quickly rename these fields all to Longship. I don't need to test any of this stuff because we already know it works, so let's just move forward to the Drakkar. Now, in this situation, we have to be a little bit more careful because if you add a scroll bar when there is already 8 width, then the scroll bar can overbound, or the little, it just looks weird. The UI gets off. So if you use a scroll bar, the limit is 7 visually, okay? But we can see here that we have approximately 32 storage space, right? So I want to quadruple it again because that's the feeling I'm going for. And math, that means 32, 64, 128. We're looking for 128 storage slots in the Drakkar. But we need to do it in a way that fits into 7. So we're going to divide 128 by 7 here in the calculator because my brain no that big. And we get 18.2. And in these things I found it's good to just be generous, so we're actually just going to make it 19. That means we can just change this height here to 19. And then I just updated all of the other fields as well so that we're good to go. Now I can save everything. We can just apply the changes like that, and then do the same thing for the Drakkar. Now, what do we have? We can see that the Karve has 8 storage slots, and the text is tabbed down a little bit. And then here, I messed the name up a little bit. See, I called it the Increased Karve Longship, but you get the point, right? And now the Longship has the amount of storage space that normally the Drakkar had. And now if we go look at the Drakkar, we can see that we get what we saw earlier in the beginning of the video. We have a scroll bar and a whole bunch of storage space here. And that's pretty much all there is to it. I took some time, made this video a bit longer so that you can understand how it works, but actually making these changes is incredibly quick. And as discussed earlier, they're completely vanilla friendly. So you could change this game object on any Valheim server and it'll work for the most part. And what's cool is if you use Expand World Prefabs, you can have these change automatically apply themselves. That's what actually happens on Path of Magic, the public, heavily adjusted Valheim server that's completely vanilla friendly. It's almost shocking how much has changed while remaining vanilla compatible. If you're interested in that, well, you can join. It's completely free to play. All you need to do is check out the link in the description of this video or any of my other content and look for the Poolside Discord. That'll get you started down the road of your journey to the Path of Magic. I hope I see you there. As you can see, it's actually very simple to change the fields of the containers of the ships and adjust their name. One little piece of advice for you: if you decide to up the container amount a whole bunch, be careful, because you're going to change the amount of risk that the player can put in the boat. And you should probably also increase the boat's health, maybe even with the Drakkar. I've given players invincible Drakkars that they get from quests, and they seem to really appreciate that kind of thing. But really, at the end of the day, the biggest gripe in vanilla Valheim people seem to have about the boats is specific to the Drakkar and its storage size. It does just seem a bit off based on how different the other ships are and how big visually the Drakkar looks. In practice, without a whole bunch of extra storage, it ends up feeling like it's more of a burden than something useful. And that's it for now. If you want to learn anything else about vanilla Valheim adjusting and modding, I know that phrase pisses people off, but it is what it is. It's a different kind of modding that is completely vanilla compatible. I don't know how else to distinguish it. I'm sorry. But if you are interested in this kind of thing, and at this point you're watching the video, at the end, maybe you are, well, just comment. Let me know, because I love making these tutorials, and at this point, I've done so much work on Path of Magic and Enigma, and maybe even by the time you're watching this, Enigma is already out and available. So I'm ready to focus more on making content and helping other people create things. Because I believe that by sharing what we create and using each other's work to learn and copy paste, we can create really incredible in-depth systems that will bring a lot of life back into the Valheim community, because it'll take a lot of the things that the players can't normally do out of Iron Gate's responsibility, so to speak, and offer it to the players who are willing to make those adjustments and invite their friends to their server or host their own server, whatever they do. If you want to support my work, I have a Patreon, but I don't expect anybody to pay there. Because to be honest, you just playing on Path of Magic gives me feedback. It is useful for me. Like, you're doing something for me just by trying the server out. So if you want to support me, you can literally just do it that way. You don't need to do anything with money. It's genuinely useful. I love seeing people play and getting their feedback, hearing their ideas. It's really allowed me to do a lot of what I've been able to do so far. Even the Path of Magic server itself, like, I can't take responsibility for that because it's loads of different people working on stuff all together, and all of the things they did and the comments they made all led to the experience of Path of Magic. It's a lot more than just me, if that makes sense. There's things on that server that other people have done and developed and made because they've loved it and have been inspired, and that is so cool to me. I love the idea of Valheim servers where it's not just like people have buildings, but like people change the gameplay. They get into it in the end and they change mechanics and they leave a mark on the server that fundamentally changes it and makes it different compared to other servers and affects new players moving forward. It just opened my mind so much to what I want out of a video game. And I know I talk in a crazy way, and I don't know, I just see things. I see a version of Valheim more like Minecraft, where the hordes of people who play it have unleashed their creativity, and it just hasn't happened yet. Or maybe I'm totally wrong. Who knows? Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!